Time and again, one of the most challenging emotions in emotional intelligence is anger, and not for the reasons we might think. Sometimes what we think is challenging for people about anger is that it makes them really abrupt, really abrasive, that the lid blows off the top and then they behave in a way that they don't want to. And so this chips away at the relationship. Now, yes, that is a challenging part of why anger as an emotion is challenging, but more so it's related to the fact that anger is not usually the primary emotion. So before I talk about why it's usually the secondary emotion, let's just examine when anger is the primary emotion. How do we know for sure that it is the primary emotion? Is when we express it, we're done with it. So anger, being a very high energy type of emotion, tends to blow up in high energy in us. And when we let that energy go, we notice we can regulate ourselves. So the expression or release of our anger in a helpful way, not a harmful way, allows us to regulate that emotion and then move into conversation or dialogue with the other person or people involved. Then it's done. Over. Anger as a secondary emotion will keep coming back and keep coming back. And it can lead to something called resentment. Now, why? Because anger is a secondary emotion to the core emotion of sadness, betrayal, offensiveness, alienation, grief, loss. That is a very low energy, uncomfortable emotion. It's unpleasant for us to be in. And so it's easier intellectually to push that emotion outward and turn it into anger. I'm angry about rather than I'm sad about. And that's why it keeps coming back. As a secondary emotion, it'll keep coming back. When we accurately name our emotions and identify anger is secondary, what I'm really experiencing is betrayal, then we have the opportunity to address the primary emotion. And when we get to address the primary emotion, we figure out the way to resolve the primary emotion. We figure out the right thing we need to be doing to bring that experience to resolution. We figure out the right strategies to use to manage and regulate that emotion.